As soon as he walks in, he sees written on the wall above those windows is the words, "Marry me," written in shaving cream. And he walks in and he's just looking at the words and he's thinking to himself, my daughters, I just don't feel like this was them. How could this be them? I would have noticed something like this. It just feels like this can't have been them, but he can't quite wrap his head around what that actually means. If you accept this isn't your daughters, then everything your daughters have been saying before might also be true. So he's like stuck with this almost existential crisis of like, what do you do with this? And he's staring at the letters, and his daughter and friend are right, like literally up against his backside. And then he hears something. Over to his left, out of his eyesight, still in this front room, sort of tucked up against the back wall relative to how he's looking, was just a closet. And he hears the sound of the closet opening. And he knows his girls are right behind him. And so he turns, and out of the closet walks this figure that's wearing a dress. They have clown makeup painted on their face. They have a hatchet over their shoulder. It's this man who walks out, and he stares at Frank and the girls, and he just points, and he goes, "Upstairs." And he starts walking towards them with this hatchet over his shoulder. And Frank, who, I mean, he's in complete fight or flight response here. He just like protects the girls and he's like, go, just do what he says. And they start going out of the front room towards the stairs that go to the second floor. And this, dress wearing, hatchet wielding, makeup wearing maniac also is the dress of his dead wife. He's staring at Frank intently, got this hatchet, and he just keeps telling him like, go up the stairs. And so Frank keeps the girls between, the guy, he stays between the guy and the girls, and he gets them to go up the stairs. And as soon as they get to the top of the stairs, Frank is still staring at the sky who's right in front of him with the hatchet. He tells the girls, go into the first bedroom. And so Kathleen goes in, Tina goes in, Karen goes in. And then when Frank goes in, this guy with the hatchet is just sort of methodically, slowly walking after him, like he's just taking his time. As soon as Frank goes in and all the girls are in with him, he slams the door shut and he holds it shut. And suddenly there's this struggle between, the hatchet wielding maniac and Frank to open this door. And so they're battling at the door, and Tina, the 15-year-old, immediately just turns, runs to the window, and jumps out of the second floor window, leaps out of the house. She slams to the ground. There's screaming and all this chaos happening up in the room right above her. She just takes off to that same neighbor's house. And now she's in full hysterics, screaming that somebody's in my house. They're attacking my family. And the neighbor now can sense this is not some, delusion these girls are having. Something horrible is happening next door. And so they call the police. Police show up, a couple minutes later.